Hello dear students, how are you? Welcome you all. So the task was to calculate the factors of a number. For example, we have a 12 and we have the factors. So you have to input a number and then you have to print a factors. Some people have done it. I really appreciate it, but maybe some people were facing a difficulty and were not able to do it. So let us see how to make a program, and you have to analyze how I'm making a program. I can write a program in one go, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to split my program into smaller problems, and consequently counter these problems or find the solution for these small problems. Okay, so first thing first, we are going to divide our program into input, process and output. So my input is the number for which I want to calculate a factorial. So let's make a comment, and number is equals to input, enter the number. Okay, let's do it like this only. Okay, now the problem is I have a input, but it will be in a string, so I need to convert it into an integer. So I will be using a method called int, which converts into a integer. Hope you understand this line. And now let's take another variable and have, okay, before taking this variable I should tell you that why I am taking this variable. Now we have to find out whether a number is a factor of another number. For example, x is a variable which holds some value. Now we have to find out whether this x or 3 is the factor of a number. So let's do that. Okay, now we have two operators which can be used, but only one of them can actually be used in this context. One is divide and another is modulus. Okay, let's first try division, divide by x, and then we will try divide modulus x. Okay, so let's run this program and check it out. So number, I'm going to enter a number that is 56. Now you can see the output is 18. So it is giving you a quotient, but for x to be a factor of a number, your remainder must be 0. So I think this will be the better operator, which gives you 2 this time. If I say we have a 56 here and enter it, now you can see we have a 2. So 2 is the remainder. Now let us enter a number where x is divisible by number is divisible by x, right? So 12 is divisible by 3. So for the modulus I'm getting 0. But if I use a divide here and enter the same value, that is 12, what I'm getting is 4.0. Okay, so I think you have guessed it. Modulus can be utilized, right? Let us execute this program one more time, and this time I'm going to give you a 21, which is again divisible by 3. You can use a 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. So for if you use a divisibility test, then also you can easily see we are getting 0, right? So now we can see x is a factor if it gives you 0. Okay, so we keep this thing in if x modulus number modulus x is equals to 0, we can say that print x is let's have a space, is factor of, let's say, number. Okay, that's fine. Otherwise, else print x is not a factor of, let's say, number. Okay, so let us run this program and check it out. Okay, 21, you can see 3 is a factor of 21 because it gives you 0 and the condition is satisfied. So this piece of a code is printed, right? And if you run it again and let's enter 25 this time, which is not a factor. 3 is not a factor of 25, so it says 3 is not a factor of 25. Hope you have analyzed why my program is working correctly now. So now I have achieved one solution, that this is how we can figure out the number is a factor or not. Right now we have to do it for many numbers to find all the factors. Okay, now let us see what are the numbers for which we have to test this thing. Right, so from 1 to 12 will be perfectly fine if the number is 12, because first of all, if we keep a loop or keep on dividing all the values from 1 to 12 and check out all the factors, if the remainder is 0, and then we can print the number. Right, for example, what we are going to do is, let's take a number is 12. And now if I divide it by 1, so obviously I am getting remainder as 0. Okay, so I can say this is the factor. Now what I need to do is, I need to divide 12 by 2 to check whether 2 is a factor of 12 or not. Okay, so here also we are getting 0. Similarly, we have to do it with 3. Okay, and this time we have 4 here and 12, and still I'm getting 0. And for 4 also we have to do this only, and 3, 12, and finally we get a 0. Okay, so these all are the factors, but we have to test it 5 so that we can check out whether the factor 5 is the factor of 12 or not. So 2 times it goes, and it gives you how much? You can see it gives you 10, and now the remainder is 2. So 5 is not a factor, and so it should not be printed. Right, and for 6 also you have to do it. Let's say 2, this time 2, and we are getting 12 here, and remainder is again 0. And if we do it for 7 also, let's have a 7, this goes 1 time, and 7, we are getting a remainder as 5. Okay, so which is not 0. And similarly we can keep on doing till 12 by 12, and if we calculate it 1, and let's say we have a 12 here only, and be 0. And if we do it with 13, okay, sorry, 13 divided by 12, and this will go 0 times 0, and the remainder will be 12. Okay, so none of the number which is greater than the 12 will be the factor of 12 now. So it is a common sense, we have to keep on dividing all the numbers from 1 to the number so that we can find out all the factors. So let's do the same. Okay, now let's keep this thing inside the while loop. While, and let's take a I as a variable, I less than equals to the number, that will be perfectly fine, I think. And let's increase the value of this number. Okay, number plus is equals to 1, or number is equals to number plus 1. Any statement, whatever you prefer, you can use it. Oh sorry, it's sorry, my mistake, it should be I. So let's change the variable I, and we have the value of I is equals to, this time we have 1. So starting from 1, we will keep on increasing the value 1, and for every value of I we will be testing this condition. So in place of x, I should be using I should not have changed the variable from x to I have to do it many times. I could use x variable, sorry. Okay, so now let us run this program, and then we will see the output, and if it requires any modification we will do it. Okay, so now I'm going to run this program, and let's this time the value will be 12, and now you can see we are getting in the output as, okay, see, x again. So you have to be careful when you are changing the variable. You have to change wherever you have used the x, and see how I am able to find out what's wrong in this program is I have read this line, name error, name x is not defined. So whenever you encounter any error and message is displayed, please do read it, and you can see the line number also. If you click on it, it will take you to the same line. You can see, for example, if my current line is 10, and if I click on this, it will take you the line which contains the error, and now you can easily figure it out key what's wrong. Okay, so by reading the message and clicking on the link, you can straight away understand and go to the line, right? So now let us execute this program and check whether my program is working or not. So now if you click on it, you can see I is the factor of 1 is the factor of 12. That's true, true, and 5 is not the factor of 12. Okay, and similarly 7 is not, 8, 9, 10. But what I want to do is I want to simply print the result. Okay, so I should be printing all the factors. I should not be printing this line. So the answer is this key. Why I'm getting this output? Because I have used a else. So if I remove this else part, I think my program will work. Okay, so let's remove this program and try to execute this program. Okay, see, but still it is not perfect, but at least you are getting a factors. Okay, now what I want, these. Okay, so why is factor of 12 I am printing? Because I have written a print statement, and if I print like this I only, and let's run this program and check it out, and this time also 12, so I'm getting factors. But now you can see it is in a different line, and I should be getting somewhat like this. So what I am going to do is still modify this, and this time I will be using and is equals to comma. Okay, so this is almost done, and 12. Okay, so now you can see this. Now I hope you have learned the technique how I have built this program. Okay, first of all, what I did, I have splitted my program into input, process, and output, and we have written a code for input, and then we have tested how I can calculate or how I can check if a number is a factor of a I, or I is the factor of a number, and then I have kept all that code inside a loop so that I can keep on dividing each and every number between 1 to the number, so that I can test it and print it. And then I have executed in each and every time whether my code is working or not. So write 2 lines and then try to execute it whether these 2 lines are working or not. Then write again 2 more lines or 2 3 lines and try to execute the code. Now what this will do, you will not have to uh, check all the line simultaneously, because for example if I have written from line number to line 9, then I have to check it where is the problem. Okay, this will be really difficult. If I have written only these 2 lines and then executed, uh, so that means these 2 lines are correct, and if I have written next 2 lines, suppose these 2 are the lines and my program is not working or giving me error, so that means the problem is with these 2 lines only and not with the line which we have written above. Okay, right? So this is how you can build a program. And secondly, the important thing is, do not uh, simply write a program. You have to think about this solution. Okay, you know how to write a while loop and you know how to use a if statement, right? But the thing is, how to utilize in a particular solution is a entirely different thing. You have to use your head to calculate this or to come with the solution. And see, the programming is a art where you are instructing a computer, and you can instruct only those things which you already know. So first of all, you have to know how to achieve a solution yourself, and then you can only give the solution. So this is what I want to tell you in this lecture. And now we will be having a question. The question is that you have to count the number of factors of a number. For example, in this case, the output should be 6. You don't have to print the factors, you have to simply count how many factors are there in for a number. Okay, obviously you should be using a natural number only, we are not talking about the fractional values, right? Okay, so I think that's all fine. So allow me to wind up this video. Thank you, bye bye, see you, and submit the work. Bye.